Individuals can obtain permanent residency in Spain after having legally lived in the country for a period of 5 uninterrupted years. When they fulfill this specific condition, they can apply for permanent residency and then gain the right to live for the rest of their lives in the country. Let us have a look at the types of residence permits for Spain. How can you get them? What are the requirements, eligibility criteria, process, and documents? Foreign citizens who want to immigrate to Spain have several residency options. These are short-term residency, long-term residency, and permanent residency. Depending on the type of visa requested at first, permanent residency can be obtained gradually, meaning that a foreign citizen must first apply for a temporary or long-term residence permit base. Then, the next step is Spanish citizenship. Spain is one of the most welcoming European countries, and as a member of the European Union, it offers specific facilities to citizens of other member states who want to relocate here. EU citizens do not need a visa when moving to Spain, as they are only required to register with the local police office in the city they will reside. Here are the main types of visas which led to obtaining a permanent residence permit in this country. 1. Employment visas, which is one of the safest ways to obtain permanent residency in this country. 2. Student visas, based on which foreign students can relocate to Spain temporarily and then permanently. 3. Non-lucrative visas, which are available for foreigners seeking to retire to Spain provided that they have sufficient financial means to support themselves. 4. Investment visas, which are available for foreign entrepreneurs and high-net-worth individuals immigrating to Spain. Any of these visas can be used for obtaining permanent residency in Spain as long as the particular requirements and responsibilities coming with each type of residence permit are respected. Foreign entrepreneurs and high-net-worth individuals interested in Spain immigration can benefit from specific programs under which they are granted permanent residency. The first program is called the Golden Visa Scheme and is available for foreign investors from non-EU countries interested in making a substantial investment in the Spanish economy. The second program is the Wealth Visa Program, which targets high-net-worth individuals seeking to obtain permanent residency in Spain without the right to employment. At least one of the following conditions must be complied with when emigrating to Spain under the Golden Visa Program. 1. A capital investment of a minimum €2 million, which must be invested in the purchase of bonds approved by the government. 2. A capital investment of €1 million in the purchase of company shares in Spanish businesses approved by the government. 3. Real estate investment is also allowed. The minimum value of the property is set at €500,000. 4. In case of real estate investment, the property must be bought 90 days before the application for the Golden Visa. The Golden Visa Scheme is one of the fastest routes to permanent residency. In Spain, however, it is important to note that various conditions apart from the investment must be respected. Among these, having a clean criminal record and medical insurance. Also, the applicant must also submit proof of being able to sustain themselves for an indefinite period of time. The advantage of the Golden Visa is that the applicant can move to Spain with close family members. The Wealth Visa is the other Spanish permanent residency option for foreign citizens willing to move here. The conditions for this type of residence permit are less stringent, as the applicant must have a monthly income of €2,200. Family members can also relocate to Spain with the applicant, however. An additional €500 per month must be secured. A long-term or permanent residency document allows the applicant to continue to live in Spain without having to satisfy other conditions. More specifically, a foreign individual who obtains permanent residency in Spain will be allowed to live in the country indefinitely under similar conditions to a Spanish citizen. Following are the basic conditions for obtaining residency. 1. Live in the country for 5 years. This is a mandatory condition for all who wish to apply for residency and will need to be proved with appropriate documents. Those interested in immigration to Spain from the USA will find that this requirement is straightforward because in most cases individuals plan 2. Have the means to support oneself. The applicant must prove that he or she has a steady income in Spain, either in the form of employee salary or pension income. 3. Be insured. The foreign applicant will need to have private or public health insurance and bring the relevant documentation to support this. 4. Submit the application. If all of the above conditions are met, the individual needs to fill in and submit an application with the foreigner's office. Obtaining permanent residency is important for those who are interested in emigrating to Spain. For those planning on living in the country, the above-mentioned steps are already performed in most situations once they become employed and also subscribe to a private healthcare plan. A residence permit in Spain is available for both EU and non-EU citizens. In order to benefit from the advantages offered by being a permanent resident of Spain in 2023, the applicant will need to submit proof of living here legally for the past 5 years. The proof will consist of various documents. 1. Information about the current living status, like employment contract, self-employed person, student, or retired individual. 2. The registration certificate issued by the local police office in the city the applicant lives. 3. Proof of having a residential address in Spain, like utility bills, rental contract. 4. Evidence of means of supporting oneself, like paychecks, bank statements, etc. Based on these documents, the immigration authorities through the Ministry of Exterior Affairs in Spain will issue the permanent residence card. Once a foreign citizen has relocated to Spain, he or she can apply for their residency cards. For this, they must ensure that 1. They have obtained their NI numbers or foreign tax identification number. 2. They have health insurance. 3. They have paid the residency card issuance fee. The applicants are required to submit proof of those mentioned above, as well as the application form for the residency card, proof of income. A minimum amount is required as proof of self-sustenance, and 2 passport-sized photos. The procedure of obtaining the residence card takes a few days.